Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I've been asked not to be so potent with my Bible. So, I'm going to chop it down into, instead of handing out steak and meat, I'm going to give milk and juice to the babies of the earth. Okay? Today, I'm reading out of my powerful long sword Catholic Bible, which has the 7 books non-taken out, thank God. But I'm reading from the New Covenant of the book of John, chapter 15. It says, the vine and the branches. It says, I am the vine. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and everyone that does, he prunes, so that it bears more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word that I spoke to you. Remain in me, and I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. Whoever remains in me, and I in him, will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Did you hear that? Jesus said, without him you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned. People, what that means is trouble will come your way. People will throw you out means everything around you will fail. The whole supernatural anatomic energy around you is the power of God. Or in a scientific perspective, a higher alien species rules this universal domain. We can say alien because Jesus is not of this world, but yet he is creator thereof, and his power is in this world. But we're going to keep it down to tone and say that people, you want to believe that money is evil. Money is evil because it has idolatry upon it. Money is the currency of both good and evil. It's the spirit, it's bounded together by good and evil, which means it's the blood of Satan. Oil is to us scholars the blood of Satan. But green currency is the blood of Satan. It is the blood of the earth. It is God's creation with a curse bestowed upon it. And too much money brings great curse upon people unless they have the strength of God to withstand the curse. And that's why God commissioned all of us in 2 Timothy 2:15 to study to show yourself worthy unto God and to obey the law of the land. People, you have to have credentials. If you don't have credentials, you're under a curse in every way. God put order in the house of God. When the apostles, when the apostles were on earth, there was no order in God's house. The Spirit roamed freely. But when God had the scriptures written on papyrus, this is a credential. This is a very powerful credential. In order for a Roman Catholic monk, such as myself, of the Teutonic order of the Hebrew, which we call Amish, all Melchizedek are saved Hebrew. That's what Amish means. We have to have a Protestant license to actively exercise in both levels. Now, I have the World Christianship Ministries because it allows me to speak to all Christians worldwide. Your title has everything to do with your ability in power of God. Wrong title only limits you to certain things. Matthew chapter 6, we'll read and say, look at the birds. They do not toil or spin, but yet their Father feeds them. And God says, do not worry about your life, or what you shall eat or what you shall drink, for God will provide for you. God is clearly telling you, I'll meet your needs whenever you need them. I'll give you your needs, not your wants. Wants are extra. And you have to have a right relationship with God. I took construction management because construction management covered everything upon the earth. It was the ultimate title. It was the ultimate degree. I'm Joseph and I love to build. But see, construction means building of anything and all things. Management, I'm managing all things that are constructively built. Christ came to build your mind. He came to build your soul. So I construct souls, I construct bows, I construct anything. It was the ultimate degree with a minister's degree. Wealth comes by pushing the plow, people. You reap what you sow. Luke 6:38 says, what you measure out shall be measured back. Well, you say to me, I don't have any certificates in anything. Then you're under Luther's curse in everything. And your life will always be in misery. Because God can't just favor just little you and break His word. God told you you have to obey the law of the land. The law of the land states you have to have credentials in order to function and unction in a job or a duty. So people who are wasting God's time and your own ignorance by not having the proper credentials to do the things you want to do upon the earth. You have to get off your butt. Go forth and find, seek. Jesus said, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. Seek and find the right credential of power to function in that power that matches that credential. When you have that credential, and then and only then will the curse be lifted greatly off you more. Greatly off you more. It's still on you if you're not in the right priesthood, but there's greater grace given to those who have obeyed God's commission. Always remember that. There's greater grace given to those who have certifications in different functions and unctions. That's why I'm a monk. That's why I have credentials in a lot of different things, because I study everything. And I'm not kidding you. Look. See that? Do you see all that? That's just how to fix it, how to do it. That ain't even, that's just my carpentry and plumbing and heating and electrical manuals. We won't even go in my kitchen. Woo! I could open a college. So, what I'm trying to show you is we're here to obey God. Once you get the credential, then all your books or education online can be built stronger and stronger and stronger on that certificate of credential. And if you're really smart, you'll earn credentials that open doors to universal abilities. Okay? That's why on my back of my truck it says Plank Boys Universal Construction. Because I can do it all. And I ain't kidding you. Anyway, point being, if you don't got the credential, you're going to have a real hard time getting God's power to activate for you to find you work. He still does give out charity and grace, but grace is only for temporarily. You have to have the credential. You have to have the ability to work, and you have to continue to labor in the ability that you've been given, or the credential you've been given. You can't sit in your home and think you're going to get work. I have a ton of work, people. I have work right now I could be doing, but my daughter is only 3 years old, and I'm bound right now to give her daycare, and she's right over there, sitting, looking at me. And Because I personally don't believe in daycares. God gave me these children. They're my responsibility, and it's up to me to raise my own. This let everybody else raise them, I don't agree with. Education, going to educational schooling for children, I agree with. I definitely agree with. But there are side effects to everything. Anyway, point being, wealth is power. Power in the wrong hands is the devil. Power in the right hands is God every time. If you have your credentials and you have done what God has asked, you're going to see the power of God acting on your behalf greatly. If you don't have any credentials, you need to get some. Quit sitting around thinking you don't. There's nothing more insulting than somebody who doesn't have a high school diploma, or doesn't have this or doesn't have that, but yet they got a lot of knowledge that they picked up from hearing from people. We call them gypsy brains. A gypsy brain is dangerous. A gypsy brain has a little pinch of something, but can't fulfill the full knowledge of something. And that is deadly. Don't be a gypsy brain, people. No offense to the gypsies, but you know what I'm saying. It's just a cliche. Pick something you feel God in your heart telling you you're good at, and also understand that God gave you personal talents when you became a Christian. Jesus bestowed in you a package that would give you the abilities. It says to be silent and work steadily with your hands. So God has given each and every one of us certain talents, and when we find those talents out in us, then we got to go get the credential to activate the power on our behalf. And this is how you do it. God bless.